All right, welcome everybody joining us live right now. I am so excited today. As always, we bring the best of the best. So I can ask them some questions and we can learn and grow from their journey. Authors and individuals that are doing great things. And today is no different. I'm going to introduce my guest in just a moment, but be sure to like this video, share it, invite somebody, because this conversation is going to really bless you today, because I know. All right. So as you know, we help people to write their books. We help people to publish their books without any overwhelm. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We've had the honor and the privilege of helping my next guest to get her book out. If you feel God if you feel God has given you a story, a message to share, and you need help, we're here to help you. Go to our website, opulentbooks.net, and we'll be happy to talk to you, schedule your consultation. It's free, and we'll help you get your book out as well. So without wasting too much time, I want to welcome my special guest. Drum roll. Author Yolanda J. Johnson, good to see you today. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Joe. It is good to be here. I'm excited.
Oh, it's good to have you. I'm excited to have you as well. Wow, where can we start? Let me start off by saying a big congratulations on the release of your new book.
Well, let me start with a response by saying thank you. All of this came to life, obviously because of the Lord and our Savior Jesus Christ, but because of Opulent Books. So thank you for taking this project. It has been incredible, the entire journey, and we're still on it. So I'm so happy.
Awesome, amazing. So Yolanda is a speaker, author, so we need to call it right. Author Yolanda Johnson. That's the right title. All right, so I mustn't forget. Author Yolanda Johnson is a speaker, author, licensed evangelist, missionary, and she has a whole lot of things on her belt. Life coach, a whole lot of things, a minister of the gospel. And we're going to learn a lot today. But more importantly, we want to make this announcement that her first book, Masterpiece, a 31-day devotional to discover the treasure within, is now out and available for you to purchase on Amazon, other platforms, as well as from her website. So be sure to go to Amazon, grab your copy, and I'm going to be talking about this. I'm going to be reminding you to go to Amazon throughout the whole of this conversation, all right? Because we want you to go out there, get this book, get one for a friend, for a neighbor. It's going to really bless you. So let's just take a step back, author Yolanda. What is this all about, and how did this all come about? Masterpiece.
Whew, that is a loaded question. First and foremost, Masterpiece came about because I've been a writer my entire life. And God finally said it was time. And whenever it is time, God will always send confirmation. And he began sending confirmation after confirmation until he started putting people in my life to coach me through the process, to link me to those who I needed to assist me through the process. I spent a lot of time poking holes in God's canvas to where now I understood what it is to be authored by God. And then it transitioned to everything that I've been writing over the years, some new things, some old things. God said, now it's time to release this for her that needs to be healed, her that needs to be delivered, her that is just processing, whether it's grief, anything that she's thinking about doing but has been feeling hostage. This is for her, everyone, and not just for the church girl, for any girl that is saying, I want the revelation of what that more looks like, what the healed version of me looks like, what me knowing my identity looks like, and what that person who can come out of process and go into promise looks like. So this is how this came to be.
Wow. I can tell you that this is the book title is Masterpiece, all right?
Yes.
But I can tell you that it's a masterpiece. It is indeed a masterpiece.
Yes.
Because not just because of your rawness and your realness in it, but also just the amount of revelation that you have packed in that book. How do you write? How do you get all those downloads? I mean, it's incredible. This book has over 170 pages of revelation upon revelation.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thank you for saying that. Well, the best downloads come from heaven.
Wow.
The
Okay.
best downloads come from heaven. And it's really interesting because in the book, it is broken up into 5 themes, starting with identity. And the second one is love and surrender. And it requires a level of submission and surrender in order for us to clear those pipelines and hear from God clearly. So, in doing so, God began to download. Not only download, but He'll bring back to your remembrance experiences and things that we have overcome. And
So do you write this down along the way? What's your
oh,
process?
absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm a writer, which means everything doesn't go on a laptop. It can be on a napkin, on a piece of paper, in my phone. I can be on the train. I remember being at one place of employment and I would commute on the train, and at 6 a.m. in the morning, the downloads kept coming. So I just kept writing. Before you know it, I had note after note after note. Then I had to take it and put it on the laptop and then take little notebooks that I had all around and just, that's how it happens. The writing is it's everywhere.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. And so, as a writer that journals, how important is it for people? Because of course, your book is a devotional, which of course works hand in hand with somebody that might have a journal or a notebook or somewhere to write whatever they're getting from here. Because you ask a lot of questions and there's a lot of introspection and things of that nature. So how important, my question then is, how important is it for people to write down what they get from heaven or write down their experiences and things of that nature?
Well, the scripture tells us to write the vision and make it plain, right? In other words, in order for us to fully operate on that level of being a masterpiece, we have to first understand that God created us with a treasure. And as we understand that He created us with that treasure, it is our duty and responsibility to discover and unlock that treasure. So that begins with us receiving everything that He has told us and then utilizing what He has given us. So we are not deemed irresponsible with our gifts and the things that He is telling us. So it is beyond important and beyond vital for us to not only receive, but to take what is being given and to do something with it. Because I don't want to be deemed irresponsible with my gifts.
Wow,
I hope that answered the question.
That's really good. So in your book, of course, you talk about a lot of themes, and I'd like to go into some of those.
Sure.
So that our viewers can also benefit and get something today. But I want to say to those, if you're here, you're joining us live right now, welcome, welcome, welcome. I want you to type a big congratulations in the comments. Okay, we are celebrating a first-time author, author Yolanda Johnson. She's done really amazing in getting this amazing masterpiece out. It's available on Amazon. It's also available on her website. Let's see if I can get the website up. There you go, yolandajjohnson.com. Actually, if you want a signed copy, are you still doing signed copies?
I am. They
Yeah,
have to
good.
go on the website if they want the signed copy.
Right. You've heard that. If you want a signed copy, go to yolandajjohnson.com. If you are maybe an Amazon person, then just go to Amazon, all right? But it won't be signed, okay? All
Either or
right,
is
so
fine. We just want you
this
to
is,
get it.
I like that. So this is amazing. So, yeah, so if you're just joining us, type a big congratulations in the comments, all right? Don't hate, celebrate. Let's celebrate this amazing author that is making a difference in the lives of many. All right,
Thank
so
you.
one of the things that you talk about is you mentioned how significant an oral identity is, okay, for a person, a boy, a girl, a man, a woman, and you mention that you are significant. I think that's a theme that I've seen throughout the whole book, that you want every person reading the book to know how important and how significant they are. Of course, one of the scriptures that you have in there is the book Jeremiah 1, verses number 5. Can you just tell somebody today that's watching, if they feel down, if they feel, that they feel like they're nothing, what would you say to somebody who will come to you, say, you know what, my life isn't going the way it should go, things are not fine for me, I don't even know what my purpose is. What would you say to them? I know you're also a coach, you do a lot of coaching and mentoring. So what would you say?
So one of the things, not to get too counselor-ish, but it is who I am. And I always tell people this, whenever people come to me with problems, the initial thought for most people is to provide solution, whereas there will be a solution eventually. But I always believe in listening to a person first and to hear the heart, to hear their posture, to hear where they are. And then as, I'm in this conversation with them, it is my responsibility, especially as a daughter of God, to make sure that that woman understands that they are also a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why when I wrote this book, the very first theme I put in there was identity, because it is so important that we understand how powerful we are, the significance of that power, the significance of the voice, the significance of what you're carrying. And for that woman that's broken, that's hurting, that's confused with what she's carrying, or grieving that which she has lost, right? Because sometimes we could be in position for a long time doing something, and then as we elevate in God and we go to next levels, we transition. And a lot of times, transition comes with grief if we are not connected to the source of that transition. In other words, what will begin to happen is we'll grieve where we have to leave. We see so many scriptural reference where God said, okay, it's time to shift. Okay, it's time to
Yeah.
come out of Egypt. It's time to come out of there. It's time to go through wilderness. Time to go. What if they didn't shift to the
Right.
wilderness? There would never be a promised land.
Right.
So it's recognizing this is the place that you're in, but also understanding that there's another reality of where you can go. And that is why I started the book off with identity. If I can get you to reshape and reframe your mindset to what you are, to recognize who God says you are and where and who you can be, now I can take you on the rest of this journey.
Wow, that's so beautiful. That's so good. Identity is so important. I feel like the world is dying because of an identity crisis. People don't know who they are anymore. Okay, one of the quotations that you have in your book is, "We are the extension of heaven's creativity, the literal visual of a gift in motion." Can you break that down for us?
Okay, so that is one of my favorite quotes. I remember writing this. I remember writing this because tears were flowing when I wrote that you are, the for lack of a better words, expression of heaven. Remember when I said initially that I spent a lot of time poking holes in God's canvas. God does not make any mistakes. There is nothing that he created that's imperfect. It takes for us to go on a journey, to sit with ourselves, and to become curious enough to first ask God the questions that need to be asked so we can hear the answers that resonate in our spirit. And as I was writing that quote, to really make it as simple as possible, everything God does, he does it well. In fact, scripture tells us he not only said it was good, but it was very good.
It was very good. Mm.
So the quote just simply means you are not just good, but you are very good. And you are a literal you're a billboard of heaven's greatest expression. Mankind, woman. That's pretty much what it means.
Yeah, that's good. You have a very great play of words, and your book is really, really, it's creative. Actually, I found this out by working with you. Of course, you know that you are actually a creative.
Yes.
Creatives know exactly what they want.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Well, that's the thing about creativity. I think creativity and those who create, it gives language to what's in our heart and what's in our mind that sometimes we don't have language for. My pen can do a lot more than I tell people all the time than what my tears do. Crying and the ability to release in tears is healthy, is good. But one thing about me, whenever I went through seasons where I was crying so much, my pen did more talking and more expression and more creating than what my tears could do. So, and those of us who are creative have such a heavy weight to carry because no one sees what we see. No one hears what we hear, but I thank God that he connects us to people that have at least some insight, like you, into that level of creation and what it takes. That's why I always say creation in itself is so spectacular when you think about how everything was dark and one idea created everything.
yes,
There's so much power in an idea.
yes.
That's the power of creativity. One idea, this came to life.
All right.
And I often say to people, you really are, my mother would always say this, you really are one idea away from the best season of your life.
Wow. One idea away. Somebody just type one idea away in the comments. I think that is comment worthy. That is noteworthy. Amazing. You're one idea away from your breakthrough. Absolutely brilliant. And it was a pleasure to work with you, of course. And because you're a
Likewise.
creative, I'm a creative, and I feel it's like when two creatives come together, magic happens, right? And
It
how
should
important
happen.
is it? Yeah, that's right. Miracles happen. Perhaps that's a better word. Miracles happen, right? When
Yes,
two creatives
yes.
meet. So, but what I find is many times, particularly in the body, people are not so collaborative. I see the project of your book as a partnership. I see ourselves partnering with you. You know, whatever skill sets that we have, and the skill sets that you have, there was a partnership that made us merge and bring out a wonderful product. Why do you think some people never want to partner with others and work with others and join hands together?
I think everyone has a individual story as to why. I also believe that control is a big factor. We are we resist letting go of control.
Letting go.
And there can be a lot of reasons why someone doesn't want to release
Yeah.
control. And the point is, when we hold on to ropes too long, our hands start to burn.
Right.
Not only that, but the longer we want to control something, the longer an idea sits and is held hostage. And I think people also fear seeing other people involved in an idea and collaborating. And also, people sometimes don't understand the whole strength of their
Right.
gifts. For me to share, for me, a lot of times, for me to work with you, it will show my capability, but it will also show my weaknesses. And some people don't want other people seeing their weaknesses. They don't
No.
want other people to see maybe the parts that are not fully submitted, or parts that are not fully surrendered, or parts in that level of vulnerability. So it's more, it's deeper than just, hey, they want control. It's, hey, they don't want to be vulnerable. They don't
Right.
want to share. They may actually feel insignificant in parts of their gifts that you may not even realize, because on the surface they may seem incredibly profound and altogether. But the closer we get in collaboration, I may actually, you may start to see some of the weak parts of me. But that's the power of transparency.
Right.
You can see the weak parts, you can see the strong parts, but they're all my parts.
That's so good.
And God is not looking for perfection, right? He's looking for progress. He's looking for forward motion. So for those who don't want to collaborate, I think they have to go dig deep down on the inside and really surrender to their own gifts that God gave them, and do it with a heart of humility so they could begin to collaborate with others. That's what
That's
I
good.
think.
That's so good. Wow. I love your answers, really well thought out, and you really think. I can see you really computing before you speak. And I think that's a good gift, because many times people speak before they think, and then they think after they speak, and then it's
Mm,
just like the other way around. So there's something that you said, which I think it's noteworthy. You said, God is not after perfection, He is after
mm.
progress. And I think that's a noteworthy. Somebody type that in the comments if you're watching this and this blessed you. God is not after your perfection. He just wants to see you to progress from the place that you are and move forward. So, how was your journey then? The actual writing process and the journey. I like what you said about perfection and progress. Does it
Yes.
tie in? Does it tie in as well with your actual process? Because actually, process, that's one of the most used words in your
Yes.
book, the word process,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how was your process? How was your journey?
Well, hmm. It was it was comforting and healing. It was both comforting and healing is what I would say. It was it was comforting in the sense that God allowed me to bring everything that was in my heart to life, and to give it to other people. And no matter how far this goes, it's already a success because
Yes.
my vulnerabilities are sitting on the pages.
Yes.
So it was comforting to know that everything in me, I poured it out, and God held my hand through the process, and also gave me other people to collaborate with, including Opulent Books, including you, Dr. Joe, that walked me carefully through the process. And even moments where the nerves came up, there was that recalibrating, bringing it, reeling it back in. And it wasn't too much of that, right?
Right.
But there were those pockets of perfection. And I call myself a recovering perfectionist, which leads me to the second part where I said it's comforting and healing. It was healing because I am, again, a recovering perfectionist. And I love to do things in a spirit of excellence, but excellence and perfection are two different things. Um, Excellence has this this unity attached to it. Excellence comes from the fruit of goodness and doing things with purpose and on purpose. Perfection comes with this I'm doing it because I don't want you to be upset, or I don't want people to see that I may be lacking here. Or I don't want others to see the little flaws that I have attached to it. So for the sake of hiding these flaws, I try to be as perfect as possible.
Yeah.
So you do not see any of it. So
Wow.
the healing came in because there were pockets of perfection that were trying to creep out. And God had showed me those areas that needed to be surrendered so that I did not blend spirit of excellence with perfection, because excellence is from the fruit of purpose and perfectionism is from the fruit, what I would consider, of rejection and shame. So it was both comforting and healing all at the same time.
Wow, that's so good. I know many people are stuck on perfectionism, and that's why perhaps they don't get their work out. They're worried people will criticize them. They're worried that what will people say if I get my work out into the public? If I release this video, what will people say if I get the book out? What do you say
Yeah.
to those people?
Well, perfectionism is driven by fear and insecurity. And it will really take, I would say to those people, surrender those parts to God. First and foremost, surrender those parts to God. Surrender that inner fear, which is driving that perfection. Surrender those insecurities. And also recognizing the reality we're all human, we are all flawed. We all have things we're insecure about. We all have things that make us scared at times. We all have things that we have to sit with. And when we really sit with them and acknowledge them, it's
Yes.
kind of like an ouch moment, or
Yes.
things that bring shame and bring guilt. But counteract that with the holy narrative that even though you're flawed, you're favored, right? Counteract all those things with holy narratives. Although you're scared right now, the Holy Spirit says, I got your back. You have me. I'm here. You do not need to be afraid. Cast it on me. My shoulders are bigger than yours. I can carry what you cannot, right? You are light, not darkness. That's what I would begin to say to those people.
That's good. Oh, beautiful. Thank you for those wonderful words. While if you've just joined us, we are having this powerful conversation with
Yes.
author Yolanda Johnson. She is the author of Masterpiece. Where's the book? Let's see. Can you show
Yes,
me? Do you
yes,
have the book
yes.
there with you? There we go. She's the author of Masterpiece, a 31-day devotional to discover the treasure within. This book is available on Amazon. If you want a signed copy, though, you need to go to a website, which is yolandajjohnson.com. You can get a signed copy. I saw that you also released, was this like a journal? Or I saw that on
Surprise.
your Facebook. Can you talk to us about that?
Yes, yes,
What
yes.
else do we
So,
have coming down the pipeline?
okay, so you know this is the creator, right? The creator in us that just makes us, we just keep doing things. Um, God downloads so many ideas. So I am so, Dr. Joe, I am so serious about this journey and inviting women, young girls, saved or unsaved, on this journey, that when I wrote it to them, and in such a passive sort of tone. There are those very strong parts because I really wanted them to understand it. And then I said, Lord, I put in the intros and the outros. but I just don't, maybe I can do a little bit more to help them. So for all my girlies and my sisters out there, I created a companion study guide and self-paced curriculum that is paired with this book. It is loaded with journaling prompts, exercises. It is loaded with conversation starters. It has a facilitator manual to it and a participant instruction. It will literally, if you have a women's Bible study group, if sister friends want to grab other sister friends and have Bible and brunch, or if you just want to journal in silo or and by yourself, then you can do that. And that guide is that companion to really put in motion everything that you're digesting. And it's palatable. It is so palatable. Anyone can understand it and digest it and learn and grow. So I'm excited.
Well, that's good. That's amazing. So it means that you've got the book, then you've got the guide as well, and it can
Yes.
go hand in hand. Can you talk to
Purchase
us?
the book. You will not get that guide. You gotta purchase the book.
You got to get the book first. Yes,
Yes.
that's right. So where can people get this from your website as well?
Yes, so Yolanda J. Johnson, you can get your signed book. You can follow me on Instagram, yolanda.j.johnson. You can follow me on TikTok, yolanda.j. But if you just go to Instagram, my website, you will see all the ways to connect with me. And I'm excited to connect with you guys. So please, by all means, let's connect. I'm excited. Collaboration is kingdom mindset. So let's do it.
Well, that's so beautiful. So get in touch with Yolanda Johnson on her website. I know that she does a whole lot of other things. There's coaching packages and things like that.
Yes, I have a few coaching package. I actually have, 2 6-week cohorts, and you get certificates at the end. One is called Progress Over Perfection. One is called Faith, Leadership, and Confidence for all the ladies out there who are looking to elevate and just need that extra push and that guidance to assist them on that journey. And I have career coaching, one-on-ones. I don't offer one-on-ones to everyone. It is limited. So I don't, get burnt down and things of that nature. And yes, there's so much
That's
got to
so
go
good.
on the site.
That's so good. Go to that website, guys. Let's connect with this amazing author. And I know there's much, much more to come. Now, let me ask you this. How was your experience working with our company in getting your book out?
Well, I would have to say, first of all, Dr. Joe, you guys, can you put some hands in the clap? Put some claps in the chat, please. Put some hands in the clap in the chat, because you are so incredible. You literally worked in the spirit of excellence. You carry such a spirit of integrity, a standard of character. I mean, that part made it easy. And then everything that I, may have commented on, when I sent it back, just like that, you got it done. Just like that, you understood. Not just that, I know you understood me because you took the time to converse with me and ask questions to make sure. So it made the process really comforting working with Opulent Books,
Wow,
because
thank
I'm
you.
like, okay, he gets it. This is a creator that understands another creator, and he's not trying to impose his will or his ideas. He's actually really wanting to bring to life everything
Your
that's here.
expression, yeah.
And the expression of everything I'm saying. And you did that so well. So I thank you. So chat one more time. Put those hand claps in the chat for Dr. Joe.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And of course, we were also really honored to work with you. You are a person of integrity, a great creative, and I can't wait to see what God has for us in the future. What can we look forward to? What can the people that are watching look forward to? Is there something, another book coming down the pipeline, or anything we can look forward to?
You can look forward to seeing this current book everywhere.
Everywhere.
I'm speaking it now.
That's
You
good.
can look forward to reaching out to me and having me come out. I look forward to it. But not just that. Of course, in the future, I want to elevate and see where God takes me to maybe create a volume 2 soon and things of that nature. But right now, what I want you to look forward to is embracing this moment called masterpiece and to live in this moment called masterpiece. And I really, really want you guys to connect and just be a part of this journey. I want to be a part of it with you. And you know what else, Dr. Joe? You know what I want them to
Yes.
know? If they have a woman Bible study or any kind of
All
group
right.
that
Yeah.
purchases my books, reach out to me and
Okay.
I will make an appearance when you're done personally. I will
Okay.
make an appearance and you're in that group. Um, Go ahead and go on my website just to kind of connect there and see
Okay.
how we can make that happen.
That's so good. So you've heard that, guys. If you run a women's group, a women's community, reach out to author Yolanda. She will be in touch. She's really interested to share the message. So if you have a girly sister group, I think it'll be brilliant, to whether it's in person or online, get in touch and Yolanda will be right there. Wow. So guys, get your copies of this book. Think about gifting other people. Go to Amazon, get your copy, or to yolandajjohnson.com for a signed copy. I want everybody in the chat, in the comment section, to type another big congratulations to author Yolanda on this
Thank you,
great
guys.
milestone, which is amazing. You had your book launch a few days ago. How did that go?
That was amazing. And thank you for being the keynote speaker during the book launch. It was
Welcome.
amazing. I launched it on my birthday. So I wanted to make this birthday a milestone. I really enjoyed myself. I had a couple of good friends of mine, executive coach Jessica, who does phenomenal work, a good podcast friend of mine, Ro, who has a podcast, Dear God Love Me, and a good sister in the Lord to me and family member, Lady Tia Mason, who is a first lady with my cousin, Pastor Cody Mason at Love and Worship Center, who all were also included on that program. And it was just a family affair. And I had so many loved ones and my precious mother. Ooh, I just love that woman.
Yeah, it was wonderful to meet your mom.
I just love that woman. She's been praying me all the way through, and she just had so many marvelous words to say. All of you did. So I'm still, as you can see, overjoyed and overwhelmed from that day. It was a blessing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm a witness. That book launch was amazing. It was a blessing. It was flawless, and it was so timely. We stuck to time. Boom! Right to the dot. Right to the end. It didn't go over by a minute.
No.
So
I had to. I'm like, oh no.
Just speaks to your spirit of excellence, I guess.
And the fact that I still had a birthday to enjoy, outside of that.
That's right. You had a life to
Yes.
live after that.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, amazing. Thank you, author Yolanda Johnson, for this, taking your time. I know you're busy, but you took time to speak to us, and so that we can share this with other people, so we can be inspired. And we just wish you the best. May your book be a bestseller. May you soar and continue to thrive and rise and elevate for the sake of others, so that you can be a blessing to others. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye, everybody. See you in the next video.